Today not only marks the end of fiscal year 2011, but also the deadline for Gov Guam to spend or obligate certain ARA funding. According to the Bureau of Budget Management and Research Director John Rios, Gov Guam lost approximately $2 million in ARA funding. He says the lost funding came under the Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse.
I think there was a couple of programs that had a little problem. There was $2 million that was $2 million that was back in September 2010 that lapsed, and part of the reason for that one was because there were no local matching funds for that.
Rios says Gov Guam had met the deadline for about 99.8% of the ARA funding, but it could have been worse had the governor not created the ARA Rapid Response Team. He breaks down the figures for us.
Basically, out of the $236 million of ARA funds, $66 million has already been expended. As of today, $142 million has already been obligated or encumbered, which leaves a remaining of about $28 million.
He says the $28 million expires between 2012 to 2015, which leaves Gov Guam time to get it encumbered or obligated. So how does Gov Guam lose money? Rios says it isn't uncommon to lose money from ARA funding, and it definitely is something they work against.
If you don't go through the process and don't find a program or a project that needs to be done and you pass the deadline, then you will lose the money, and that's for federal funds. Sometimes you would go back and, like in some instances of the ARA funds, we had to go back and request from US DOE to provide an extension or to approve an extension.
He says other challenges are when a protest occurs in the procurement process and remains in court. Rios says the Department of Education had received one of the major chunks of ARA funding, $60 million of which would go towards capital improvement projects. As we had previously reported, the ARA Rapid Response Team had stated that several ongoing projects related to ARA funding included the Guam Energy Office's efforts to provide new streetlights throughout the island and retrofitting Gov Guam buildings with energy-efficient lighting and air conditioning units. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.